Hi people. So today my topic is networking. AWS networking. AWS provides a service called VPC as a networking. So in AWS also we need networking to connect to the servers, to connect to the databases, to connect to the so many multiple things are there, like API gateways like S3 bucket, and if I want to talk about application load balancers, NAT gateways, internet gateway, and EC2 servers, compute, snapshots, AMIs. These are not related to networking, but the things and components that are related to networking are VPC, subnets, internet gateway, route table, public subnets, private subnets. Subnets are divided into two parts, and NAT gateway, internet gateway, security groups, NACLs. These are all the components in the AWS which are related to networking. Okay, so I want to discuss about networking. What is networking? Networking is the things which are around us. The world is we are in the world. So for example, I am in a village. In my village, multiple houses are there. There are roads. Okay, for every village there will be roads in different ways for different houses. That's like, assume that the roads are the networking paths, the houses are the websites or something, applications or something like any browsers, any stuff. It could be like servers to access it. Like that, in VPC, in AWS, we create servers, we create databases, we create S3 buckets, we create application load balancers, we create auto scaling groups, we create different other things. So to access the server from your house, how do you do it? For example, there is a mobile, the thing you are watching now. So from this mobile, from this phone, you will text a message to your friend whenever you want. How do you do it? Because you are connected to internet, and your friend need to reach that message. Your friend will read that message, and the message you send will reach your friend. How could it? In between, network is there. In between, multiple networking components are there, like router, like switches, like ports, like cables, optical fibers, or cell towers. So a message from your device reaching to the other device, the device should need internet connection. If you are sending a message, you need internet connection to send the message. The receiver need the internet connection to receive the message. Like that, from your laptop to connect to the virtual server, you need network at there also, not at your own place. You need network at there also. Further, to access the servers on the cloud, you will create the network. So that is what virtual network. AWS provide these virtual network as AWS VPC, which means virtual private cloud. This private cloud is isolated private network. You got a clear idea? Then this virtual private cloud is divided into multiple subnets. Sorry, it is not divided. The subnets are parts of virtual private cloud. That's it. In a box, there are subnets. We can create a lot of subnets in a virtual private cloud, but without overlapping of IP addresses, without reaching the limit of IP addresses, we can create multiple subnets in a virtual private cloud. It depends on the network size. As these subnets are divided into two parts, public subnet and private subnet. Why subnets are essential? Subnets are essential to create resources, to create databases or to create some other stuff like application load balancer, snapshots. So resources like servers, databases, application load balancers or target groups, they are all created in the subnets. So it's a layer. At the region level, there will be VPC, Virtual Private Cloud. At the subnet level, a subnet will be at zone level. The resources are in the subnet. So there will be public server and private subnet. What is the difference between public subnet and private subnet? The one core point is private subnet, public subnet are being configured to be a public subnet and to be a private subnet, because in the virtual private cloud, private subnets are private by default. In the virtual private cloud, the subnets are private by default. So we create a route table for public route table and a private route table for public subnet and for private subnet. So a public subnet, even it is a public subnet, to access the internet, the resources in the public subnet to access the internet, it need internet connection. How could it get the internet connection? This is where internet gateway comes in. An internet gateway is attached to the virtual private cloud to access the internet. So in public route table, we route we configure the internet gateway to route traffic to the internet gateway. So a public subnet access the internet, it send the outbound traffic and the internet can also access the public subnet resources. That's it. And private subnet. In private subnet also we create resources, we create databases, but they are secured as they are private. The internet couldn't access the private subnet, but private subnet need internet connection for uploads and for downloads, for updating the dependencies. How could it happen? We need to keep the private subnet securely. So to keep it securely, we use the back gateway. I mean a back gateway called NAT gateway, network address translation. It is placed in the public subnet and we route or configure the NAT gateway within the private route table. So whenever the traffic of the private subnet want to access the internet, the traffic will reach the private route table and it will route to the NAT gateway. NAT gateway will send traffic to the internet gateway. That's simple. So a private subnet can access internet via NAT gateway in the public subnet. It's simple. But the internet couldn't access the private subnets because it didn't know, and it couldn't access private subnets because there is a NAT gateway and it is not configured to access the private subnet. The internet couldn't know the IP addresses of a private subnet resources. So that's all the networking. It's simple. And I didn't talk about route table. What is a route table? So for example, to go to any place, you need the map, you need the address. That's what a route table. If a private subnet want to access the internet, it need to know where to go. Like if a private subnet try to install any dependencies, the traffic will go to the private route table and it will know where to. A private route table have the information of where to send the traffic and where to route the traffic. Then it know about NAT gateway and it send traffic to the NAT gateway. So a route table is about having the information that send traffic and that know where to go and where to send the traffic. These are the core components of the networking. These are the core